Sadashivasamarambha Shankaracharya-madhyama Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today I'll continue on the same sutra, Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, 101st Sutra, in 2nd chapter, 50th verse. Bahya Abhyantara Stamba Vriddhihi Deshakala Sankhyabihi Paridrishta Dirga Sukshmaha. Whatever may be the movement of the prana, whether air is going external or is outward, please understand, when your lungs are empty, it's called bahya. Abhyantara, when your lungs are filled, it is internal, inward. Whether it is external or internal or suspended, it is just standing without any movement. Whatever may be the spot, whatever may be the time, whatever number of times you may need to stop, stop as much as you can. To regulate the life breath. Still I have not translated the sutra perfectly. I tried. Such vast, intense, rich, poetic, theological aphorisms naturally cannot be translated. Vedic tradition is the first tradition which does theology in poetry. There are many religions which teaches theology, but will always be in prose. See, for J. Krishnamurti, it is very easy to teach theology because British English. His one statement can be 3-page without comma, full stop, any stopping. Theology can be taught in prose. Sacred sentiments can be expressed in poetry. But Vedic tradition has first time started doing something unique. In poetry, they have started teaching theology. If you have not lost the quality of a poet, you are not corrupted by the violence of theology. All theology is based on one-sided understanding of truth. Please understand, all theology. When I say all, I mean all. All theology is based on one-sided understanding of the ultimate truth. Nothing wrong. Only from one side understanding you can reach the ultimate. You can't reach the ultimate as it is completely. Path has to be always from one side. Then when you reach the ultimate, you know all theologies practiced by some tribes somewhere, even that has one dimension or aspect of truth in them, in it. You will realize that after enlightened, after achieving the truth. All theology is based on one dimension of truth. But the most unfortunate thing is, the power of theology, the power of prose makes you fanatic. Please understand. The more and more technical terms and the definition for technical terms gets into your head, you will become fanatic. Lawyers feel there is nothing in the world except law. Doctors feel there is nothing in the world except the medical terminologies. That's the greatest thing in the world. Engineers feel in the whole world nothing except engineering exists. In any field, the prose, technical terms, and the explanations for the technical terms makes you fanatic. It's one of the most dangerous, unfortunate thing happens to intellectual mind. The only quality I have is, my prose has not made me fanatic. Please understand. The technical knowledge you have should not make you think that is all is the world. In any field, if you have technical knowledge, you think with that you can handle your whole life. No. I have seen in my experience, if they just get one graduation or post-graduation or a doctorate in some subject in some university, think that they know everything. They can handle all dimensions of their life just with that useless degrees and doctorates they got. I tell you, I have done a research, studied some of the major researches are showing one university has studied all the gold medalists who come out of the university, what happens to them? 87% of them are on the streets after 10 years. Please understand, 87% gold medalists who come out of all major universities around the world are standing in the streets, means they have not created any career, not achieved anything in the life, just useless, waste, like their certificate. And their gold medal, not gold medal actually, gold plated medal. And in 10 years that gold plating also goes away. I want you to know the technical knowledge in one area, if it makes you feel you know everything, you are in dangerous zone. You are in dangerous zone. Prose makes you fanatic. Fanaticism does two things. Either it makes you violent towards others, or it makes you ignorant about your own life, other dimensions of your own life. Two major dangers fanaticism creates is you become violent, intolerant towards other ideologies, other ideas, and you become ignorant towards other dimensions of life. I have seen how people suffer just because you learned how to be a police. Don't think you know life. Just because you learned how to be a doctor, don't think you know life. Just because you learned how to be a lawyer, don't think you learned life. It doesn't work. It doesn't work everywhere. But the danger of technical knowledge makes you fanatic and ignorant. Having a technical knowledge in one aspect of life or one dimension of life, and due to the fanaticism and ignorance, not looking at the other aspects of life is what I call atheism. Atheism is not something to do with accepting the existence of God or not. Atheism is not looking at the all dimensions of life as it exists, being fanatic about the technical knowledge which you got, and fanatically ignorant, deciding to be ignorant, deciding to be consciously ignorant of other dimensions and aspects of life, just because of the arrogance and ego fulfillment which comes by the technical knowledge of one dimension of life. That's what I define as atheism. Why do Vedic masters teach theology in poetry? If you remain as poet, you have not become violent, you have not become fanatic. The prose has not made you fanatic. Prose has not made you violent. The technical knowledge of one dimension has not made you consciously ignorant about other dimensions of life. You can see Shankara, when he writes Brahma Sutra Bhashya, commentary on the aphorisms on existence. His power of theology. Theology is nothing but playing with words. See, the unfortunate thing is the prose makes you fanatic, does not let you look at all other dimension, aspects of truth. But if you see Shankara, greatest theologian, when he writes his commentary on the aphorisms on existence, Brahmasutra Bhashya, I already started brushing Brahmasutra Bhashya, because from March 2nd I am going to start Brahmasutra Bhashya. We will have morning Yoga Sutra, evening Brahma Sutra. The real combination of Yoga Vedanta. After I complete the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, every day morning I will start on Hatha Yoga Sutras. So morning Yoga, evening Vedanta. What a extraordinary brain. Even the subtlest concepts, how he is able to make people understand and how he is able to differentiate between one word and the other word. But he has not lost his grace of poetry. Next moment, he can sing Bhajagovindam, Bhajagovindam, Govindam, Bhajamudamade. Samprapte sannihite kale nahinagi rakshati Tukrunjikarane. Tukrunjikarana is the Vyakarana, a grammar which you need to know to understand all the prose. He says that grammar will not help you when death comes to you. He is an amazing poet, an extraordinary theologian, master of theology and master of poetry, rare combination. Only an enlightened being can radiate both qualities. The grace of poetry and the depth of theology. Here, Patanjali expresses both the grace of poetry and depth of theology. Both he is using to express techniques. That is the great thing. It is not even just a technical knowledge, technique. See, in technical knowledge, if you miss one or two words, it's not dangerous. But in technique, if you miss one or two words, it is dangerous because you don't know whether to inhale through right nose or left nose or through the eyes or the, what will happen? Whether to blow through the nose or through the mouth. Because this one or two mistakes, misunderstandings can lead to any amount of confusion. But it will not be telling exactly what Patanjali wants to tell. Organizing capacity does not mean the honest spiritual experience is being transmitted. Understand? Learn to differentiate the difference between these two. Somebody may be having huge organization. That does not mean they are able to tell the truth to the world as it is. especially never learn technical knowledge from somebody who cannot give the experience without technique. Please understand. To check the ability of a master is, he should be able to transmit the experience without technique. Then go for technical knowledge and technique from him. At least to few people, he should be able to transmit experience without any technique. Then he has a capacity to give you the technical knowledge and technique. Otherwise, it's most dangerous. Receiving technical knowledge or technique from a person who has not completely experienced all the dimensions. Bahya abhyantara stamba vriddhihi desha kala sankhyabihi paridrishta dirgha sukshmaha. I'll give you the deeper understanding of the same sutra, but I'll continue to speak on this sutra again tomorrow also, because in one session you can't express whatever Patanjali wants to tell through this sutra. When you look at this sutra from different dimension, different angle, different meanings and different technical knowledge, techniques will be revealed. I wanted to reveal as many things as possible so that you will have a comprehensive idea for your practice. Please understand. I am talking on this, expanding on this book, on these sacred secrets for posterity, so that this technical knowledge and techniques are not lost. Sacred secrets are the right word for Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. I think Patanjali's Yoga Sutras and Hatha Yoga Sutras, these two books, I'll name it as sacred secrets. Most sacred but powerful secrets. Understand one more dimension of this sutra. Whether your breathing is going inward or staying inside or coming outward or staying outside, whatever may be the breathing movement, whatever may be the time and spot, wherever it may be, most hot place of the world or most cold place of the world, place where the oxygen is available plenty or place where there is no oxygen, whatever may be the place, whatever may be the time, whatever may be the action you are doing, you may be eating, you may be sitting, you may be standing, you may be walking, you may be enjoying some pleasures, you may be going through some pain, whatever may be, whether it is the mood of pain or pleasure, the life of joy or depression, whatever may be the situation, again and again and again. Whenever you see thoughts are being awakened, created by the breathing flow, stop it. Stop the breathing. Not using the hands, just using the will. This is what I call pranayama. Please understand. Now there are so many questions. How to? What will happen if I stop my breathing? Will I not die? You will not, don't worry. You will not die that easily and liberate the world. So don't have the fear, relax. World has lot to suffer by you and you have a lot to suffer by world. So don't have the fear that easily you will die. No. One guy came and just few days before met me and said, Swamiji, my wife is constantly telling she will commit suicide. I said, then be careful. Don't keep sharp objects in the house like a knife. Don't allow any rat poison and all in the house. He said, no, Swamiji, I supplied everything. Will she die? No, really. He told me, I brought everything and kept the stock in the house. Thick rope, all variety poisons, all kinds of knives. So don't have fear, you will not die. Actually, when you use the will and stop the breath, at the most what will happen? After a limit, automatically your will lose its power and body will start breathing. That's it. Again, when you remember, stop. Means, when your logic is able to control the body, stop. It's a very powerful technique. It can lead you to manonasha, cessation of mind. Nasa is not a perfect word. No other way. Let us use it. In Sanskrit, nasa means complete destruction. But you don't need to have the destruction of mind. You need to have cessation of mind. Cessation and destruction are totally different. End of mind, please understand. Mind vibrates in certain frequency. So it should end being vibrating in that frequency and just shift to a different frequency. That's all we want. That's what I call cessation of mind. Cease to exist in that frequency. Not destruction. Nasa is not the right word. Your mind needs to cease to exist in the frequency in which it is existing now. For that, this is the technique. Whenever you remember, whenever you can, any time you can do, whatever may be the breathing, except the thought, you are breathing. You see, you are breathing. That breathing movement will create a certain thought. I am breathing, going in, coming out. Those thoughts are allowed. Other than that, any thought, stop the breathing. This is what I call surrendering to prana. Surrendering to the energy, pranic energy. Except the thought of prana, everything else is surrendered to prana. The surrendering to prana straight away leads to Savikalpa Samadhi. And naturally from Savikalpa Samadhi you will melt down into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Please understand, it's a technique. I don't want to add more and more words because you will miss the technique. You will miss the technique if you add more and more words. I have seen people go to some functions, festivals, marriages. They see all the decoration and finally miss seeing the bride and bridegroom. Really, it happens. They'll remember all the decorations, everything around. They'll just miss seeing bride and bridegroom, eat and come back. It's like you go to hospital and see everything and see the doctor also, but forget to discuss about your disease with the doctor and come away. Because of the glory of the structure. With lawyers also the same thing happens. People go to lawyers and forget the topic they need to discuss and come back. Because lawyers are very intelligent. They talk only what they want to talk. And they are very intelligent. They can twist all your topic, subject, everything. And the conversation will go somewhere. After you come back only you will realize, oh, you went for discussing this subject and you completely forgot. I don't want to use more and more words. I'll give you the exact technique. Whatever may be the time or space, whatever may be the action of breathing, whether going in or staying in or coming out or staying out, whatever may be, the moment breathing creates thought in you, stop it. After a few moments, automatically it will be released. When you remember again stop it. I can say, this is one of the most sacred secret to achieve enlightenment. This is a technique for instant enlightenment. Instant Kundalini awakening. If you work on this technique sincerely, 2-3 hours enough, it can awaken your Kundalini. When I say I mean 2-3 hours, when I say I mean chronological 2-3 hours. What you understand as 2-3 hours, the calendar and the calculating mechanism or the clock which you use. I am not talking from my space. Somebody goes to temple and prays to God. God, what it is, $1 million for you. God says what? It's 1 paise. What it is, 1,000 years for you. He says what? It is just 1 second. Then this fellow says, oh God, then why don't you give me $1 million? God said, wait for 2 seconds. So I am not talking from that language. No. I am talking from your language. Just few hours, even 2-3 hours, if you work on this technique sincerely, it's not impossible, it is possible. I'll discuss tomorrow, because if I discuss everything in one session, you will miss it, you will not practice it. I'll reveal the deeper layer of the sacred secret hidden in the sutra tomorrow, the next satsang. This technique of instant enlightenment will really be powerful and help you to experience Kundalini awakening. Whoever is feeling you need to awaken your Kundalini, try this technique. But don't use hands or anything else to stop your breathing. That is dangerous. No. Sometimes people use corks. No. Don't do all that. Use only your willpower, so that when you go beyond the limit, automatically your will lose its power and you will start inhaling and exhaling. You will start breathing. You will not die. You will have your balanced body. So when you are balanced, again, if the thoughts are raising, stop the breathing. That's it. So, no thought, only breathing. Is what I call Jivan Mukti. I bless you all to achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, and share the eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.